Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're in the Political Machine 2020 as per usual, although I will be spicing things up a little bit. I've seen about 3-4 requests for political process, so I will be taking a look at that. That'll be coming out in the next week or so. Just got to buy it, get used to the game, and obviously record it. But I have heard it's quite a long game, so I may need to do some cuts or edits, so that'll all slow it down. There will be another Democracy 4 video coming out, carrying on trying to make USA as communist as possible in a couple days. But I do have a lot of suggestions. Keep writing them. I'm adding them to my list, but I am going to get through them all eventually. And yeah, so just keep writing them. I'll keep writing them down. I'll keep crossing them off as we go. And today we are actually doing a suggestion, and we are going to be doing an AI versus AI. I wasn't told any specifics, but for this one, I'll be doing if the AI decided the outcome of the 2020 election. So it will be on hardest difficulty. I don't know what this does because it is only AI v AI, but it will just be a Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. And we'll do a best of three because obviously might be an anomaly. So yeah, let's get into this. It'll be rather interesting to see. I'll watch it from Trump's perspective in the second one and Biden's in the third. No particular reason I picked Biden, just Democrats on the left. So yeah, let's see how this goes. So immediately they both put HQs in Florida. Trump went for America first. Biden's done social justice. Biden's taken an early lead in Iowa. However, Trump is in Michigan. Biden quick to stop that. None of them going for the event, which is rather silly. Obviously, this is AI. I'm not expecting top tier plays right here, but even so, I will be critiquing them as if they are. Biden going for Ohio is a bold move, and going for Florida is bold against Trump, considering it's his home state. Wow, in this game anyway. And he is trying for Texas. Honestly, that attempt is probably futile, considering it's AI. Thank you for the tips in the last video about getting agents. That was really helpful, because now I know I can get as many agents as I can at the start. So thank you for that. Any advice you have for me, please leave them in the comments and I will take them on board, of course. Trump going for California is a complete waste of time. Definitely shouldn't be doing that. He shouldn't really be trying for Delaware, but it could be something that the enthusiasm sneaks up on Biden and somehow he picks it up. So I do with faith. Kentucky, again, it's to say it's similar to Delaware. They shouldn't really be going for them. He shouldn't be going for Washington. I mean, Washington's doable, I guess. More doable than Delaware. So that's understandable. Florida is now a toss-up state. The dangers of socialism he's just done, but Biden's done abortion rights, which has just secured Georgia for Donald Trump. And week 10 we'll take a pause, take a look at some of the standings. Abortion rights has definitely helped helped Trump in the South, for obvious reasons. So yeah, it's week 10. Let's just pause it. Video games teach people how to kill. That's probably a good way to end it. So Biden is actually up in Florida. However, it is a toss-up state. Biden is way ahead on social security. He's way ahead in stopping coronavirus, and just straight up socialism is helping Trump. But even so, it's not helping him enough to win him in the state. Trump is definitely going to have to put effort into Florida if he wants to win it. Georgia is very solidly going to Trump at the moment. Abortion rights has definitely helped Trump in the state. In Texas, Trump has very solidly locked it down. Border protection has helped him significantly. Colorado is currently a tie. Washington is Biden's ahead. Michigan, Biden's ahead by 3%. And Delaware, yeah, he shouldn't really be trying for it at all. And hopefully he realizes that. Kentucky, Biden's actually ahead, but I'm not sure how long that's going to last. Currently, it'd be 312 to 226 in favor of Biden. Don't want to dwell too long. We are doing a best of three, so don't want to wait too long on all these. Just talk as we go. He should stop trying for Illinois so much, Biden. He needs to realize that that's pretty secured. Other VPs have just been brought out, and it is Elizabeth Warren and Joseph Stalin. Joseph Stalin is Donald Trump's running mate. That is the most ironic thing ever, considering Trump did the dangers of socialism. like that idea. Okay, genuine question. If anyone knows, please let me know. How has Biden got 22 million? How do you get that much money without fundraising every 2 seconds? That's crazy, actually. Uh, Trump's made a push for Colorado, and he's actually pulled ahead in the state. They are now getting operatives out. Florida is red. Oh, no, blue, sorry. Ohio is now red. Florida is now equal in percentage. It's going to be a very close state, Florida. Considering Biden's already at 100% enthusiasm, I don't have much hope. Jesus, a lot of stuff's happening. And ultimately, Trump is pulling ahead in some of these states, but Biden has just locked down New York. Trump is really trying for New York. They're really trying for Florida. Let's just take a pause here because a lot is happening very quickly. Florida is now in favor of Trump. Just Trump is for whatever reason trying for New York. I'm not too sure why about that. Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, South Dakota, and North Dakota are actually in favor of Biden at the moment. It's going to be a very odd electoral map. However, Michigan is locked down for Biden. Florida is now solid red. That is crucial for the Trump campaign. However, it's now a toss-up again. Now Biden's winning and it's blue. Tariffs though. Trump has just done tariffs and it's contested the state. Also, the smear merchant has contested it. However, a lot is happening. Florida is the key state that keeps flipping and could decide the election. It would decide the election if Florida flipped. Week 20, we'll take a look. A lot of them are now toss-up states. Once more, there are so many toss-up states that are going around. It's actually crazy the amount of agents in Florida right now. Once it gets to week 20, I'll give it a pause, and we will see. So, a lot has happened, and I'm sure you've just seen it all and been like, what the hell? But Florida has been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. If Trump put everything he had, all these spin doctors, smear merchants, into Florida, he would definitely be winning right now. So that's what he's going to have to do if he wants it, because he's currently at 223, because a lot of these states are now being competed in. Arizona, Biden's actually up. Colorado, Trump is up, but it's a toss-up. South Dakota, Trump is up. North Dakota, Biden is ahead. Iowa, Trump is up. What I have now learned, it's below. It's not a toss-up because enthusiasm is so low. Thank you for that. Wisconsin is leaning Biden. Indiana's leaning Trump. Kentucky is now gone back to Trump. That is good news for him. Virginia is also in favor of Trump. However, North Carolina is actually leaning to Biden. That would be a twist if Virginia and North Carolina basically just switch parties. And Texas is technically a toss-up. However, Trump is ahead by 5% in the polls, so it is looking very solid. New Hampshire is kind of close, but not really close enough to warrant much attention. So yeah, let's get into the final week and see what goes on. I've never done AI v AI. I don't know if they just go straight into the election night or if I can stop it. But anyway, Texas is now solid red. Florida is leaning blue. Actually, it's leaning Trump now. Florida is leaning Trump. Trump has pulled this around very much so. I don't know what happens. I don't know if it waits for me to click for election night or if it just does it. So I'm going to pause here. And we're going to have a look around. So Colorado, Trump is still up. Arizona is 45-45. It is completely even right now. But it's not a toss-up, so it would be going to Biden. Trump has now secured North Dakota. Shouldn't really have been such a big thing. Iowa is now leaning Biden, but it is a toss-up. Wisconsin is still leading Biden. Indiana, Trump is still ahead. Kentucky, Trump is still ahead. Virginia, Trump is now ahead. North Carolina, Trump has regained the lead by 10 points in the state. That's crazy. Pennsylvania, sorry, is leaning Biden, and Ohio is leaning Trump. New Hampshire has become very, very close. That could be 4 electoral votes. Trump needs Florida. If he doesn't win Florida, there's no way he's winning. So yeah, let's. Again, I don't know what happens here, so we will find out. So Florida. So again, I don't know what happens, so I'm just pausing it again. Biden just did reducing the wealth gap. Florida is now leaning blue. Colorado is leaning blue. Arizona is leaning blue. Uh, Secured the West Coast. Secured Hawaii. North and South Dakota are now toss-ups. Iowa is leaning blue significantly. Indiana is now leaning blue. Wow. If Indiana flips, that would be an upset. So is Kentucky. So is Virginia. So basically that one has just ruined Trump's chances. Let's get into this election night. Wow, Trump almost pulled it back. He almost pulled it back. Northeast was never really competitive. The only one was New Hampshire. Pennsylvania, I never really saw red. Virginia was red, good. For Trump, that is. Florida did tilt blue, but actually flipped to Trump. That is crazy. Okay, that could be what Trump needed. Ohio didn't go. Kentucky didn't go. Okay, Indiana needs to go. No. Okay, Trump has lost. He needed Indiana and Kentucky for him to have a chance here. He didn't win either of them. So it is looking like that will be the end of Trump's efforts. Iowa was leaning Biden. There you go. The red wall, does it remain intact? Potentially. They were toss-ups, but North and South Dakota did end up leaning Trump. He lost a popular vote by 5%. He didn't win Colorado in the end. That is a shame for him. He didn't win Arizona, I don't believe, no. And I think that was all his chances, really. Next is Alaska, which is obviously going to Trump. But there you go. Let's take a look at the electoral map. So that was a Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren sort of campaign. Honestly, this electoral map is kind of nice. Like, I genuinely like it. Kentucky give it to Trump, and then this electoral map is pretty much 2008. But Arizona ended up going by 5%. Colorado went by less than 1%. North and South Dakota were pretty secure in the end. Oklahoma, again, pretty secure. Texas was 3%. Iowa was 3%. Wisconsin was 5%. Michigan was 11%. Ohio was 5%. Indiana was less than a percent. Kentucky was less than a percent. Florida was 3%. I thought it leaned to Biden before the election, but maybe I was wrong there. Pennsylvania by 3%. New Hampshire ended up going by 7%. Georgia, how 20, wait, 31%. That is crazy, Georgia. Virginia by less than a percent. North Carolina went by 7%. So yeah, let's take a look at the final polls. Let's see what they did wrong. They supported Biden on stopping coronavirus. They supported Trump on socialism. They supported Trump on filling Supreme Court vacancy. They supported Biden on reducing wealth inequality. They supported Biden on returning stability to politics. They supported Trump to election integrity. They supported Trump on better trade deals. They supported Trump 100% on better trade deals. I just said the same thing again. They supported Trump on investigating Hunter Biden, and they supported Biden on stimulus package. Trump spent 9 million, got 9 million less votes, however spent 13 million more. Ideology wise, spent almost half, and the final scores was 320 to 218. So next we will be doing the same thing again, but from Trump's perspective. If Biden wins, he's won the best out of 3. If Trump wins, we will go to a tiebreaker. So let's see what they do. Trump going for Georgia is a good idea. Going for Ohio is a good idea. Going for North Carolina is a good idea. Biden going for California is silly. Trump going for California is silly. I was actually proud of the AI there for a bit. Biden needs to go for Pennsylvania. Trump has just done America first, which has helped him a lot, but that is again only a temporary setback for Biden. I'm sure he'll pull it back. He needs a HQ in North Carolina. Good, well done, Trump. I'm kind of rooting for Trump because he's the underdog right now. No other reason. He's the underdog simply because A, he's a Republican. It's harder to win like that in this game, and B, he lost the last one. So he'll need a HQ in Michigan, preferably, but I guess he won't. Don't try for New York. He's trying for New York. Don't try for. He's trying for New York and California. If he wins one of them, I will be very surprised. Genuinely, I will be surprised. I'll be proud, in fact, if he does. Like, genuinely, I'll be happy if he does, because it needs to happen, really. It needs to happen. They're going for Nevada, addressing climate change, bringing the troops home. Pretty much just counteracted each other, except Oregon and New Mexico became blue. Oregon not anymore. As pays fair share and green jobs, again, kind of just counteracted each other. Florida became a toss-up, however. That really helped Biden. Biden has now tipped the state in his favor. because he's talked about protecting Social Security. As Biden, that is one major plus you have in Florida. Um, Arizona is now leaning. Oregon is now leaning to the Republicans. Texas is solid red. Again, Biden should just abandon it if he has a brain cell. In this game, of course, I'm not talking IRL. He is still trying for it, which fair play, I guess. But um, pull out of NATO, that is not going to help him really. Assault weapon ban, that is a bad route to go down for Biden. He just secured Trump, Georgia, competed North Carolina, and tilted Arizona to Trump. Ohio is now solid red as well. This is looking better for Trump than it did last time. So yeah, let's just take a pause here, 1 second. Biden is ahead in Florida, but it is less than a percentage with 4% undecided. Biden is up in North Carolina, is up in Michigan and Pennsylvania, and Missouri and Iowa. Okay, it's looking better-ish, but I guess not really. He's also behind in Nebraska. However, Trump is up in Nevada, Oregon, and almost Washington. So if he can win them, it would replace the ones he loses. Let's just hope the AI is smart enough to do that. He is competing Pennsylvania. It is a smart move. He should build a HQ there. He should start getting that enthusiasm ticking up, although he hasn't yet. And Biden can just win it over. Kentucky. Virginia's now gone blue. New York's now gone solid blue. Biden has now made Florida solid blue. Trump did compete California for a second, but then moved its agents to Florida. Nevada has now become a toss-up state. South Carolina has become a toss-up state. Eliminating fossil fuels is an interesting one, which has secured Trump Washington and made Oregon a toss-up, which is very good for Trump on the West Coast. Very good news here. Biden campaign is needing to put resources into California, which is good for Trump as it's distracting him from the main problems. Dangers of socialism, reducing wealth gap. Definitely helped Biden more than Trump, with Virginia flipping, with Colorado flipping solid blue, with Washington going solid blue. However, in a state like Florida, that is going to be crucial for Trump and is definitely going to get him voters. Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina going blue is not good for Trump. However, he is competing Minnesota, he is competing in Oregon still, and still Washington. He's still gunning for Washington. Trump could definitely still pull this off. He's just got to pick the right states. Like Pennsylvania is a good state to go for. 20 electoral votes. Florida he needs. Without Florida he's doomed. Arizona is now a toss-up. That is actually good considering it was leaning Biden. North Carolina and Virginia are now toss-ups too. That is also very good for Trump. New Hampshire is not really a state he should be going for. He did just secure himself Washington. That is very good. Biden just did a a national spirit that did just help Trump secure all of these states here, as well as Washington, because it gave him enthusiasm. This is going okay for Trump. Don't get me wrong, he's actually winning at the moment, which is surprising. Florida is leaning Trump. He needs, if he can, he needs to get South Carolina over because it's a state he should win, and any speech about anything would win it over for him. Speech about socialism, anything would help him there. Arizona, he could really do with flipping. Nebraska's alright. Oregon, if he could flip Oregon, that'd be good. Michigan, he needs to retain. Wisconsin, he needs to retain. Pennsylvania, he needs to retain. But this isn't going half bad for them. This isn't going half bad for Trump. I don't want to miss the final step. I want to see. Alright, let's see it now. Okay, so Florida is solid red for Trump by 16%. South Carolina is leaning Trump. Kentucky is leaning Trump. Indiana is leaning Trump. Iowa is leaning Trump. Wisconsin is leading Biden. Michigan is solid to Biden. Pennsylvania is leaning Trump. Arizona is leaning Trump. Oregon is leading Biden. Final results is saying 279 to 259, unless Biden does pull something out the hat now, which he is. He did just pull ahead in Pennsylvania, but then they have now solidly secured it. However, Biden is up in Florida now. He traded Florida for Pennsylvania, and that is going to be the end of him. North Carolina is now leaning blue. South Carolina is now leaning blue. Trump screwed himself over. He was winning, and then he moved his agents and he lost. I, I do question it sometimes. If he somehow pulls this out the bag, I'm going to look very silly right now. The Northeast was never competitive. Pennsylvania did end up going to Trump. Okay, maybe it'll be worth it. Out of North Carolina and South Carolina, both lean towards Biden. So did Florida. Yeah, that's not good for Trump. He really shouldn't have given up Florida or North Carolina. Kentucky also going to Biden is not good. He could do with a Wisconsin or Iowa right now. Wisconsin went to Biden. That's not good for Trump. I kind of want Trump to win so that we can have a third round. Missouri did, but Iowa went to Trump. That is also good. Although I think with the maths, I think Biden wins at the moment. Actually, no, because the West Coast is a bit iffy, so maybe Trump can pull this off. It'll be all down to Oregon, really. Oregon goes blue, and Biden wins the presidency. It actually wasn't very close in the end. There you have it, folks. Biden wins 2 times. It was really silly because I literally showed you Trump was winning by 279 to 259, and then he moved all his agents around and screwed himself. Missouri ended up going by 13%. Kentucky ended up going by less than a percentage. North Carolina by less than a percent. South Carolina by 5. Florida by 3. Wisconsin by less than a percentage. Minnesota by not much. New Mexico and Colorado. Nevada by 11. Washington by 7. Oregon ended up going by 5. But anyways, there you have it. But Trump got 8 million less votes, however spent 10 million more, actually no, more like 6 million more, spent about half the ideology points. But anyways, there you have it. Biden won the 2 out of 3 best of 3. So anyways, this is very close to the actual result. Actually, like that's weird. If there was districts in like Nebraska, that would be very odd right now. If it got the actual results of IRL. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Again, any suggestion you put in the comments that I reply to has been written down on my list, and I'm crossing them out as I go. So I will get to yours eventually. I do at the moment have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 suggestions. So if you put a suggestion now, I will do it, but obviously it'll be in 9 videos time. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.